So we're back. We're back here outside the building, Mocha Plaza. So today we've hit a major milestone. So as you may know, this project has been going on for a couple years now. Started like 4 or 5 years ago with me and my mum. And this year we decided to accelerate things. And I wanted to make it so that this building is actually cash flow generating uh, before the end of the year, right? Today's October the what? October the 22nd. And today, the milestone that we hit is that, so I set up the bank account, and today we've actually received our first payment from a customer. So the first customer has actually sent the initial rent, which is like an initial period of 6 months. And then after that 6 months, they can either pay like 6 months again or a 3 month rolling contract. And that's standard practice as to how people pay rent in this area. So yeah, this is the Mook Plaza over here, and I want to show you how it looks on the inside. Not much has changed. Obviously, we've done the bricks now. We've done the pavers, so you can see the pavers are all done. The front part, it's all done and everything. Just needs a bit of sweeping. But then after the sweeping is done, then we are good to go. So yeah, it's been a long time coming because before, most of the effort has been focused on construction, property, building up the property, laying the foundation, finishing, painting, installing doors, and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff has now been done. So people are actually checking out the building. They're interested. They want to have a look around. But overall, the construction side of things on the ground floor is mainly done. The only thing remaining is now sweeping up, putting in a few more electrical meters for people to start paying their own electricity bill. And then after that is done, we can open up and let tenants move in, hopefully sometime next month. But overall, we received our first payment, glory be to God, which has been a long time coming. And actually, another point on the logistics, like to actually like have the tenants move in, we had to make a contract, a tenancy agreement contract that people would sign. And how I did it was I used AI. So I used an AI generated contract to generate the tenancy agreement, and it basically did a very good job. But I didn't just stop there. Of course, for safety, for legal purposes, I also visited a professional lawyer, a qualified lawyer, had them review the document. They said, yo, this is fantastic. Only made a few minor suggestions, but overall, the structure of the agreement was very good according to the lawyer. So we're now good to go. And the point I want to make here is that AI is actually going to change the game. So if an AI can actually generate a solid legal document with like virtually zero errors, what's that going to do to lawyers? Because my consultation with the lawyer cost me about £21, but my ChatGPT Pro subscription cost me £18.99, which is basically £19, and that's unlimited drafts, unlimited reviews using AI. But a lawyer, they charge £20 for a 30-minute consultation. But if I want him to draft something up, then he's gonna have to like charge me more. So overall, AI is going to change the game. I'm excited to see what else it enables because I've used AI in many areas of my life, not just this. But overall, I'm excited for the future. But yeah, so that is that. First payment received today. And the tenancy agreement is all good to go. Let me show you, I want to show you before I end the video, I want to show you the upstairs part. So this is the upstairs right now. So we're looking at brickwork. So if you look, the team have been building up the bricks. So it's going to be rooms here, going to be rooms over there. Let's actually go inside. Let's go inside and see how the inside part looks. So yeah, so this is the foundational stage where you just see a bunch of dirt, cement, sand, and bricks with blocks on the floor. And this is how everything starts in the beginning. And it's funny because you look at it and you're like, how can this be a usable space? But once the finishing is done, it's completely unrecognizable from this, right? This right here is just very bare bones, very simple, nothing really fancy on it. But once the finishing is done, as I've learned from the ground floor, it is quite a interesting transformation. So yeah, just look at all that over there. So yeah, that is that. I just thought I'd share the update. Tenants haven't quite moved in just yet. Hopefully they will start sometime next month, in November. Worst case December or January, but God willing, November. So once that is finalized, we are all good to go. But yeah, let me leave you to it. Hopefully in a future video you see this floor also done and looking fantastic as well. But yeah, let me leave you to it. Stay blessed, more life, invest in Africa. Boom. I forgot to mention this when I was at the site, at the building, but I wanted to mention that this would have been tricky to do if I was fully abroad, and that's why I was wondering, like, why couldn't I do all this? Why couldn't me and my mom, or me and anyone else who wants to do something like this, why couldn't we do this while staying where we are, like in London, or maybe you're in New York or Australia, or somewhere that isn't home, that isn't in Africa where we're from? Why is it so hard? Why do I need to like physically come in all the time? And that made me remember that I'm trying to solve this problem of having to be on ground while doing all these things, because when you're verifying, you know, materials, contracts, workers, engineers, all these things need to be verified and monitored, but doing it remotely is pretty challenging, so you have to be on ground. So what if there was a platform like diaspora.com, which is what I'm trying to build, that would enable us to do all these things, like invest in Africa, build houses, build properties, run businesses, or at least monitor businesses, at least monitor. What if there was a platform that could do that for us, or help us do that while we're abroad working a job? You know, I'm fortunate in the sense that I have a very, very unique situation where I have the flexibility of being able to perform my work remotely, but not everyone has that opportunity, and you know, I don't always have that opportunity. It's just that you know, it is the case. But overall, diaspora.com is something that I really believe in. It will make things so much easier, so much cheaper, rather than having to buy flights or book holidays and come and work from Uganda or Kenya or wherever you're from. Yeah, so anyways, diaspora.com, more blessings, more life. Let's see what we can do. It is what it is.